Marvel Legends series Spider-Man versus Marvel's Vulture. So here we can see we have the spectacular Spider-Man here fighting the new Imagine Vulture. So here we have the VHS series Spider-Man and the Vulture. So on the back we get a bit of the product shots for these guys. And here we got all the boring stuff with the code. So on the side, we actually have the Spider-Man versus Marvel's Vulture. So let's get it on the scale and see how much it weighs. So the 2-pack is coming in at 10.4 ounces. So let's get it off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it! Open!
Okay, now that I have them out of the box, Vulture comes with these accessories here. Yes, it comes with a head of Adrian Toomes. Very nice, the older version, the bald-headed version. Now, Spider-Man comes with these accessories here. Yeah, you can see he comes with 2 heads and a mask that he pulled off whenever you have that head on. Now, the first head we'll take a look at here is Flash Thompson. You can see here. Very nice indentation of the Flash. And next we have the Peter Parker head. Now this is coming off the cartoon Spider-Man back in the day, the 90s version. Very, very nice. Now these accessories here can be fitted onto the Vulture simply by taking these wings parts, and you'll see here we have little tabs. And he has tabs on his arm and elbow, so these just simply fit into here. And then you'll just take these pieces and fit them in the top here. Like so. Oops, wrong side. And you can see whenever he moves his hand down, it will have the illusion of continuing on, which is very nice. Very cool piece that they added on. Now, this 6.5-inch version of the Vulture has a very unique costume. It goes back to the cartoon. We see here we have a gun in a holster, a couple of capsules here. He drops this wild-looking helmet here. Now, the other head has the same helmet, but you can see it's a different face sculpt. Definitely a younger version versus the older version. And that's the thing. Adrian Toomes was an older man when he came up with the Vulture costume and device, the harness that allowed him to fly. But was fired, and then he took his revenge by creating the Vulture costume, started his life of crime. Now his arms can only come out so much. He has a shoulder guard here, but you can see pretty nice T-pose. Bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on a peg hinge. There, they rotate around up and forward and back as much as you can with this guard. Now his head can look down, up, right, and left. He has this far back of an ab crunch. Forward. Now I can rotate here under the belt. Legs do a nice split. Has a thigh swivel. Double bend in the knee. Ankles on a peg hinge that allow for forward and back rotation side to side. And he has a peg hole for the stands. It's a very nice version. And I definitely like the fact that they include these separate pieces here. So it makes it look like it's still going forward. That is definitely an added bonus to the Vulture. Now we'll bring up Spider-Man, the main hero of the story. Now we see he has this extra articulation here, so his back and forward can do a very nice web whip. Very cool. And it's painted all the way around. You can see the go on, and then this part as well. So whenever he's like this, it looks normal, and then whenever that, it looks like it's stretching. Very nice details in that. Now his head can look up, down, right, and left. Hands do a very nice T-pose, bicep swivel, double bend in the elbow, wrist on a peg hinge. Same articulation like the Vulture, a little bit back, pretty good forward. Spins here at the waist. Good split, thigh rotation, double bend in the knee. He has a boot swivel as well as an ankle swivel. Goes forward and back, side to side rotation, and comes with a peg hinge. Now, the one thing I do notice is the pegs for these are a little bit smaller than your normal pegs, so just be warned. They're not the normal size, just a little bit smaller. How small, you asked? Well, if you take one of these arms and put it in, you can see it's about that peg right there. So that is a very small stand peg for these guys. Yikes. Now, if we are to swap out the heads, all you simply do is just pull his head off, and you can put on the head. Now, let's say we'll take the Flash Thompson head. Jeez, break his head. Now, and one thing I did notice too on these ball joint, look how that's made. It's not like a full ball joint. It caps off. So it could break if you're very forceful. So don't be too forceful with this guy. Now he does come with hands that can grasp this. Now if you'll notice, it does have a little bit of play in it. So this hand here can grasp onto this and pretend like he's holding on to it. You see what I mean here? Very nice touch, a detail in it. They did not have to do that, but they did, which is very nice. Whenever Flash Thompson was pretending to be Spider-Man, it's a nice touch that they added to the set. So very, very cool. Now, this Spider-Man, compared to other versions, if we take out Spider-Man from Renew Your Vows and things like that, and some of the other Spider-Mans, we can see how this one stacks up. Now the body mold is a little bit different. This one's a little bit more muscular. This one's a little bit leaner. So it's very nice that you can have something like that. Maybe you can have the Flash Thompson, you know, pretending to be the Spider-Man, and then the Spider-Man right next to him. That's a very nice touch. Now the Vulture here doesn't have a Marvel Legends version that I'm aware of, but I do have the original version that I had back in the day. And this one actually came with a gun that came out of the holster. You know, and you had this little trick here. You can pull his legs together and his arms came out and they were attached. But you can see here, this is the Spider-Man version from the original day. Had a little ball jointed peg hinge here. So it was very cool. You could take the arms out of there if you wanted to and move them around. But that's how they look. You can see, follow the same kind of design. But yeah, I dig this Vulture. It's definitely going back to the comics. And like I say, with these wings, that added touch in here is very, very appreciated, and lets you do a lot of nice poses with this guy, having him fly up in the sky. And I think a lot of us will have the Vulture flying, because a Vulture Not circling above is just a bird on the ground, right? So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep